$350 billion, give or take, and barely a clue to what it's all buying. It's your money we're talking about. More money in today's dollars than the Marshall Plan, more than the Apollo Moon program, nearly as much as it cost to build the entire interstate highway system. $350 billion with another $350 billion ready to go, and as you're about to see, no accountability. Joe Johns tonight, keeping them honest.
2008 may be coming to a close, but the financial disaster it brought may be far from over, and we may never know what some of the nation's biggest banks have done with tens of billions of dollars of your money. The bailout money was supposed to be used to jumpstart the economy by re-energizing lending, but some of the banks can't tell you what they did with it. Some of them won't tell you, and some of them even admit they're still working on what to do with it. People on Capitol Hill aren't happy.
When I think about banks and the way that if you bounce a check, they're going to charge you $35 or $50 for a bounced check, and they're going to demand strict accountability. But when they get billions, they don't want to be accountable. There's something wrong with that picture.
21 banks that each got $1 billion or more from the federal government's Troubled Asset Relief Program simply didn't have specifics when the Associated Press asked them, "What are you doing with the money?" J.P. Morgan Chase, "We've lent some of it, we've not lent some of it. We're not giving any accounting of here's how we're doing it." SunTrust, "We're not providing dollar in, dollar out tracking." Bank of New York Mellon, "We're choosing not to disclose that."
There is nothing that upsets me more than a bank that comes to the Congress begging for money, and then once they get the money, turn around and say, nah, see you later. I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay, so why is it that the recipients of billions of federal dollars won't just throw open their books? There's simply no way to tell. But a report earlier this month from the Government Accountability Office says the banks weren't told at the outset that they had a duty to disclose. But the report said without effective oversight, Treasury cannot ensure that those receiving funds are complying with the requirements of the program. The Treasury has said it had to get the money out quickly to the banks because it was an emergency. Elizabeth Warren, who heads the congressional panel monitoring TARP, has 10 big questions about the way the program is being run. She says she doesn't buy a winter coat without a plan.
Thank you. I mean, at some point, Joe, aren't these folks going to have to explain to taxpayer where all the money has gone?
You would think so, Anderson. Elijah Cummings predicts that pretty soon Congress is going to have to figure out where it went because there's another $350 billion in the pipeline. And he says that before people in Capitol Hill allow that money, back into the bank's vaults, they will want an accounting so they don't make the same mistake twice.